Pranams. Tender hearts are bowed in humble, loving gratitude for these blessed days that have nourished us with showers of grace. How much more grateful could we be for this celestial manna that is poured into our hearts by our masters? May more and more hearts open up to this grace, and may we remain ever bowed in gratitude at the feet of our masters. Revered Daaji is solemnizing 2 weddings today. The first wedding is between Tanvi from Dehradun and Chaitanya from Mangalore. The next wedding is between Swapna from Prayagraj and Navneet from Gurugram. Today we are happy to share with all the launch of a new web page on daily practices. This new web page is set to support each and every heartfulness practitioner in being able to share the joy and benefit of heartfulness to every person they meet. We often find at times when we meet new and interested seekers in our friends, family, and work circles, and wish to share with them heartfulness in all our enthusiasm, we find that we do not have a book ready at hand that we could give them, that could give more details of the practices to them. To support us in this endeavor, we now have the Simple Heartfulness Practices booklet available in multiple languages on this web page. Revered Daaji suggests that all of us must download this booklet in multiple languages from the web page and keep it available on our phones to share with new seekers when we meet them. Let us all access this web page through the link that is displayed on the screens and download the booklets in languages that we can use. We are grateful to our masters for offering us more and more simple and easy ways to connect with new seekers across the world. We are very happy to share with one and all that we have the first batch of scholars, PhD scholars from the Heartfulness Research Center who would be awarded their PhD degrees from the hands of Revered Daaji. In 2013, the Sahaj Marg Spirituality Foundation was recognized as the Heartfulness Research Center by the University of Mysuru to conduct research in interdisciplinary studies. In the year 2015, the first batch of 10 scholars registered for the PhD program, and 9 scholars have graduated between the years 2020 to 2024. We are happy to also share that currently 8 scholars are still pursuing their research and are in the 3rd year of the research program. 16 more candidates are awaiting the results of the entrance exam conducted by the University of Mysuru. So we invite the scholars to come one by one. We first have Dr. Srinivasan Ramaswamy, who comes from an engineering background and has conducted his PhD thesis on the role of Sahaj Marg system of Raj Yoga in the transformation of human qualities. We next have Dr. Madhavi Ravi with a background in education, whose thesis has been on the subject, an empirical study of effect of value education on the behavior of students. We next have Dr. V.D. Tarak M. Mehta, whose thesis has been on metaphysical principles of Ayurveda and Sahaj Marg, a comparative study. Our next scholar is Dr. Kumaran Selvaraj. His PhD has been on spirituality as a means of achieving personal excellence, a case study of Sahaj Marg system of Raj Yoga. Next, we have Dr. V. Swami Chokanathan with his thesis on human integration and analysis from yogic perspective. We next invite Dr. Neil Kelkar, whose thesis has been on Dharma as the foundation of life in the context of Sahaj Marg. Our next PhD is Dr. Paramita Contractor with her thesis on Association of Heartfulness Meditation with age-related biomarkers, emotional wellness, and stress. We next have Dr. Pallavi Manohar, DM, whose PhD thesis has been on a study of perceptions on spirituality, its goals and benefits. We congratulate all the PhD scholars who have successfully completed their research and have been awarded degrees from the Heartfulness Research Center, recognized by the University of Mysuru. Modern times need modern methods of learning. Suiting the contemporary times of creative learning, we have now a new engaging card game on spiritual anatomy, which can be used by all of us to engage our children at home and heartfulness practitioners at our centers. We are now happy to announce that the first ever card game on the book Spiritual Anatomy by Revered Daaji is being released today. We request Revered Daaji to please release this new interesting card game on spiritual anatomy. This card game is available at Books and More and can also be found at the HFN Live tents for sale. More details on this card game will be shared after the session is over, and we request our brothers and sisters to stay back for more information once the session comes to a close. This Basant Utsav has been a moving time for all of us, an experience of the deepest gratitude in every pore of our being. I now request Revered Daaji to please address us at the close of this Bhandara.
The plan. Dear sisters and brothers, personally speaking, this has been very rejuvenating Bhandara, and I'm sure it must have been for all of you as well. The joy shared during the sitting by, especially by Lalaji Maharaj and Babuji, is enormous. I cannot express in words, but I can only see Lalaji dancing away with so much of joy. Seeing so many abhyasis advancing by leaps and bounds. I really do not have much to share except to share such witnessed moments during the satsang. And today I received few Imagine if Lalaji was alive today, how many articles he would have written and confused us. It was almost like dictation from above, ordering me to write in his style. His approach was dissecting three things in three different ways. If you study Truth Eternal properly, he had three-pronged approach. Everything is in threes. Knower, knowledge and known. Lover, beloved and love. Sattvic, Rajasic, Tamasic. All Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, things like that. He was always in threes. Per contra, if you analyze Babuji's works, they were in singles, nothingness, void, annihilation, surrender. And all these qualities Babuji mentioned are all about bringing those three gunas into one. The purpose of Babuji's writings were to compress those three things into one. For example, I, as a sadhaka, my practice as sadhana, and sadhya, they must become one. And that happens only through these single words Babuji uses: surrender, annihilation, nothingness, void. So when we read all these things, we need to connect the dots. That's what Lalaji was trying to share. And fortunately, this sister has put me on a spot. Another request from Babuji Maharaj, if you can also jot down something, write an article. He says, write something on loving detachment. Remember, loving detachment. So please contemplate over all these things, put your thoughts and practice. As usual, the way you have been doing, all those guys who are growing by leaps and bounds, and some of you who are making smaller strides. Intensify your practice to your fullest satisfaction. Are you satisfied with your practice? Keep asking this and try to get rid of this weakness. More than a weakness, I would say it's a laziness. Thank you, and looking forward to seeing you all once again. Next Bandara, I don't know whether we'll have next Bandara on 30th April, but we'll make announcements at that time. Thank you, and I respectfully appreciate the presence of our Honorable former President Ramnath Kovindji to preside over these satsangs, bandaras. May he enjoy a long and healthy life, prosperous life. May his family also grow. Thank you, sir, for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you, Daaji. I now invite Honorable former President of India and Chairman Celebrations Committee, Shri Ramnath Kovindji, to deliver the closing address of the Adi Shakti Mahotsav.
Revered Daaji, my dear Abhyasi sisters and brothers, it has been an utmost blessings for all of us to be here in this beautiful energy of the Adi Shakti and to be part of Babuji Maharaj's year-long 125th commemorative birth celebrations, concluding with the 152nd birth anniversary of Pujya Lalaji Maharaj on the Basant Panchami day. The past decade of my spiritual journey with Daaji as my guide has been fascinating and spiritually progressive at a very rapid pace. The Bhandara messages have also all been very introspective. I am inspired to share some of the takeaways from the previous messages. I go back to 2019. In April 2019, Bhandara, Daaji emphasized the importance of inner transformation and the role of the Guru in guiding practitioners towards spiritual evolution. He highlighted the significance of prayer and constant remembrance in deepening one's connection with the divine. Next, in February 2020 Bhandara, Daaji discussed the nature of anger and its detrimental effects on spiritual progress. He provided insights into understanding and managing anger through heartfulness practices, emphasizing the importance of inner calmness and balance. Next, in September 2021, Daaji reflected on the inner journey towards the center as described by Babuji Maharaj. He elaborated on the concept of the 23 rings representing various stages of spiritual evolution and the obstacles practitioners may encounter. He also emphasized the need to transcend emotional filters and attachments to progress spiritually. In April 2022 Bhandara, Daaji addressed the challenges of recognizing and overcoming one's own mistakes and ego. He highlighted the importance of humility and the role of Sahaj Marg in helping practitioners perform noble tasks without forming sanskaras, that is, impressions. He also emphasized the significance of constant remembrance as a protective mechanism against negative impressions. In July 22 Bhandara, Daaji introduced a ratio illustrating how eternal disintegration affects one's ability to integrate with the ultimate. He discussed the journey through the 13 chakras across the heart, mind, and central regions, emphasizing the need to overcome internal complexities and sanskaras to achieve spiritual integration. In April 23 Bhandara, Daaji narrated an anecdote about humans' perception being altered by his emotional state emphasizing how our inner impressions can distort reality. He highlighted the importance of removing these filters to perceive the true essence of situations and individuals. The message emphasized the need for inner purification to achieve clarity in perception. In July 23 Bhandara, Daaji touched upon the concept of bhakti, that is devotion, and the necessity of surrendering the ego to cultivate a profound connection with the divine. I usually collect and reread all these messages. There are a few things that stand out for me. What is it that Daaji wants to convey to us? Dear Abhyasi sisters and brothers, the core messages Daaji conveyed across all his Bhandaras messages is inner transformation through simplicity, complete surrender, and spiritual refinement. He emphasized, in brief, purification, that is cleaning past impressions to perceive reality as it truly is. Next, heart-centered living, cultivating contentment, clarity, and love while overcoming emotional turbulence. Next, surrender and devotion, aligning with the divine by surrendering ego and embracing the flow of life. Next, integration with the ultimate, moving beyond mental and emotional complexities to resonate with the source. Next, practical spirituality, applying spiritual principles in daily life to enhance balance, awareness, and purpose. Ultimately, Daaji's teachings guide all of us to evolve from self-centered existence to a state of oneness with the divine, where love, simplicity, and balance shape life's journey. Today, as we arrive at the concluding day of the 152nd birth anniversary celebrations of Pujya Lalaji Maharaj, we are also witnessing the beginning of the Adi Shakti celebrations. This marks a new phase of our spiritual journey, reinforcing that while the events may conclude, the journey is infinite. However, we must achieve our goal as soon as possible. Our beloved guide, Daaji, is always there to guide and support us in various ways. Dear Abhyasis and brothers and sisters, practical spirituality is something that is inherent and the running thread of all of Daaji's messages. To achieve this practical spirituality, the recent release of Daaji's book, The Power of Paradox, is very helpful. I wholeheartedly thank Daaji for providing me with this opportunity for my spiritual evolution and to be of service to him and to the mission and to the humanity through spiritual service. May we all come forward and support him in spreading and sharing the heartfulness movement in our small or big way, whatever is possible by each one of us. In my humble way, Daaji I tried to discharge my assignment as chairman of the celebrations committee. This could not have been possible without Daaji's support and guidance. These bhandaras would not have been successful also without active participation of one and all, for which I thank everyone. Let us continue to achieve our goal individually as well as collectively. And finally, my best wishes for your endeavors. With this, 3-day Bhandara celebrations come to an end. Thank you. Jai Hind.
As we come to the close of this Bhandara, we thank respected Govindji, we thank Revered Daaji for their presence among us in this beautiful celebration. Let us all, individually and collectively, reflect on Revered Daaji's message and on our personal takeaways from this Bhandara. With this, we would like to request all brothers and sisters to please stay back and remain seated as Revered Daaji and respected Govindji leave the hall for more information and more announcements. Pranams.
Dear brothers and sisters, in continuation to the release of the card game on spiritual anatomy that Daaji just now released, this particular card game that you see on the screen, this is a modern way of gamification of the information available, the content that is available in spiritual anatomy book. This will help especially parents to engage their children. This will help center coordinators to organize learning activities for abhyasis. It will also help to develop some kind of a memory and cognition in the participants when they read this book. This box that is at the display right now, what you see, is having a QR code to scan and know the details of how to play the card game. And within the box, you have the book, the spiritual anatomy, and then you also have a reference template within the box. This serves as a stencil when you have to solve this card game. This is to arrange all the 143 cards which are in the box. Within the box, there are 2 sets of cards. They are spread between the heart region, the mind region, and the central region. These 143 cards have to be solved as a puzzle using the template when you read the book. It requires a thorough reading of the book and making sure when you engage your participants in your center or at your home or with your friends and family, this will help to know what are the wonderful secrets of the spiritual anatomy book as a gamification activity. We request you to go to the Books and More. We have about 200 copies today there available. And of course, you can order through HFN Live and ensure that you engage your self-nominated preceptor candidates, abhyasis, children, youth in your centers or in your families, and have a deeper understanding about this book as an experiential activity. Thank you.